Okay, we're about to candle a whole bunch of chicken eggs. Let's see which are fertile and which are not. These are about 12 days into the cycle of hatching. Chickens are a 21-day cycle. We don't want to keep it open for too long at a time. Okay. I can already tell this one's not viable. So what we're seeing here, we are seeing a clear, translucent, my artists out there, translucent means see-through. There's nothing happening in this egg, therefore it is not viable. We'll see some that are so we can get a better comparison. Like this one. Inside of this egg we can immediately see something moving around. That something being a chick embryo. And in the intention of moving quickly, I'm going to put this one back in and get a couple more out. However, I can see it moving, which is pretty exciting. It's hard to put them back and not just sit here and watch. Okay, 2 more. And what I do is I just place my hand on the flashlight, then I place the egg into the cradle that my hand makes. And this one I can also see that there's a lot going on. It is not translucent. I see veining. This is a viable embryo for a chick. Excellent. Excellent, if you will. Nasty. Okay. And then the next. Okay, this is a darker shell, so it is harder to see and harder to tell. But I can tell because it is so dark. Oh, and there are some veins. Great. This is an egg that is viable to hatch. So that's 2 yeses. Woohoo! There's definitely something happening in there. When you can see a well-defined air cell like that, where you can just see the line, usually there's something happening inside of the development area. Very good. Okay, so viable. This first side is pretty translucent, but I do see veins. Oh, look at that. There we go. There's our healthy baby. Right here I can see it moving. Good job, baby. This one is hard to tell. It's a brown shell, which makes it more challenging. But I do see movement in there. Right here. Oh, it's moving. Hooray! Okay, great. Viable. And I see movement in there as well. Very good. Okay, so here I can see the air cell here and some veining around the side, which tells me this egg is viable. And another one. Ooh. This eggshell is very dark. It's kind of a blue-green shell. Those are really hardest to tell. But I do see a clearly defined air cell in a darker development area. So even though I'm not entirely sure, I'm pretty sure this one is fine. Because if it wasn't, it would be more translucent. This is a lighter shelled egg, so the air cell is very obvious. And you can see veining right above here. It's like a light tan, almost white egg. Easiest type to see through are white. There's definitely life inside of there. And then a brown egg, more challenging to see. Oh, I definitely see movement. Yay! And an air cell. Alright, this first one, I'm not sure if I candled it yet. I don't think I did, but I might have. Definitely an air cell. Very good. And I do see movement happening inside. Another white one. I see a lot of veining. Excellent. And that's viable too. Good work, little eggies. This is the first time that I have candled this batch because I just haven't had time. I've had ducks hatching. This one's not even showing up in the camera, but it is another blue-green egg. I do see an air cell clearly, and even though it's hard to tell, I'm going to go ahead and say this is most likely developing well. And a tiny white egg. A clearly defined air cell. I think I see veining, I'm not entirely sure. But because the air cell is so clear and obvious, I'm going to put this back in and go with probably viable. Alright, this here is a white egg. Okay, it's more of a blue egg, the harder kind to see through. I definitely see an air cell. And when nothing is developing, you don't really see that distinction. So even though it's hard to see, I'm guessing that that one is fine. In the dark, it looks like a white egg, but I'm guessing it's more of a blue-green egg in reality in the light. Okay, a brown egg. Alright, we see a clear and obvious air cell here. It looks like not much happening other than that. Let's see if we turn it. Because sometimes eggs will start developing and then stop. Oh, it's moving! Yay! Okay, viable baby. So my incubator temperature is still at 99.8, which is just fine. Sometimes when I'm testing eggs like this, I worry that it's going to get too cool in there, but it actually doesn't drop. It just makes the incubator work a little harder, which is fine, but it's not endangering the eggs. There's a definite air cell, and I see veins in there as well. Good. The veins are the body of the chicken, it's almost like an umbilical cord. It wraps around the yolk and absorbs the yolk to feed the baby as it grows inside the egg. I can't see much, but I do see the air cell. And this is a tan brown egg. I see a very clear air cell over here, and I see the embryo here. Definitely wiggling. Okay, viable baby. Okay, a white egg, a white-ish, with a very obvious air cell. Good. Definitely seems to be moving in there. Great. So candling the eggs is a way to remove any eggs that are not viable. This is a light tan. Because then you can remove any, and it reduces the risk of disease in the incubator. You see that moving around? Yep, definitely viable. Okay, tan egg. That's a clear air cell. Good veining. Oh, there's the embryo here. Good. Definitely moving. This is one of those dark blue-green eggs that's really hard to see. It does have a clear air cell though, and that's enough for me. Ooh, another of those green. I'm really excited about these because I want some olive eggers, but I'm not sure if they'll hatch. If they do, woohoo! And you see the clear line between the air cell. I feel like my thumb is more translucent than these eggs. I think that's developing though. Very good. Oh, I saw it move, yay! Okay, so this little tiny white one, all set. Oh no, it's brown. Tiny brown one.
What the heck's going on in here? Candling?
Well, yes, I was until people made my video not usable. This is a brown egg with a clear and obvious air cell, and I see veining and I see movement. All right. Same kind of egg here. Okay, clear air cell, veining, and movement. Good. There are a few more left, and my incubator is still at a decent temperature. It's at 98. I feel like it is fine if I go through all of them. If it were dropping below like 95, I would stop and continue tomorrow. Alright, this is a blue egg, light blue, kind of robin's egg color. There's the air cell, and here's the developing area. Great. Tan. That is definitely a wiggly baby. Only 5 left. This is a tiny tan egg. An air cell. Oh, and definitely some action happening in there. I see it wiggling. Good job. Keep growing, baby. And then a white egg. This one has very obvious veins. It's so cool to see. You can see on the left the air cell, where it's very light blue, and then to the right of that there's a lot of veining and an embryo wiggling. Three more. This is a light blue egg with a very obvious air cell, veining and movement. All right. I love when they're so easy to tell. And then this looks white in the dark, but I could be wrong. Definitely movement in there. One more final last egg. This is the Hovabator incubator, which really maintains temperature well. I love this thing. It's at 97.8 after 36 eggs being candled, open and shut. It's pretty amazing. There's the air cell, a lot of veins, and the embryo. Alright, grow babies grow. We'll see you in about 14 or 15 days. You'll be hatching. Alright, thanks for joining me on this candling journey where I used a flashlight. Only 1 out of 36 eggs was not viable, and it was the very first one I candled. So in case people forgot, I want to show that again so you can see the difference. See how there is just obviously nothing happening in there? This was just never fertile. It just looks translucent, no veining, no embryo, no air cell. Well, there actually is an air cell, but it's not as obvious. No baby in there. All right, see you when they hatch.